All right. My name's Jordan, back for another movie video thing. This time I'm going to talk about my Criterion movies because, hey, I've been showing off all these horror movies. I'll also show off the fact that I'm a sophisticated moviegoer because I watch foreign films from the 1940s. So that's why. Got to be balanced. Got to show off everything. And I don't know. I figure I'll probably do an update at the end of November because there's about to be a big half-off sale from Barnes& and Noble, and we're gonna buy more. So, yeah. All right. So I have like 4 shelves of Criterion movies. So I'm just doing like this video is gonna be one shelf. Next video will be the second shelf, and so on, just so that it's not like 1 2-hour video, because that's ridiculous. So, starting off, Seven Samurai. Number 2, I keep all mine in spine number order. So yeah, Seven Samurai, if you haven't seen it, Akira Kurosawa directed it. It's about 7 samurai. Just ridiculously awesome movie. Like, it's long. It's 207 minutes. But this is really good. And I feel like that's gonna be said a lot for this stuff. I feel like a lot of these movies are like really good, so I don't know. Expect that. But Seven Samurai, it's a very good, very influential movie. I don't know. It's the direct inspiration for Magnificent Seven, the Western. So then we got number 6, Beauty and the Beast from 1946. This is the French version. Usually the backs of Criterions aren't exciting, so I probably won't show those. But this movie's really cool. The effects for the Beast, like the makeup, is really neat. And it's subtitled, so if that's not your thing, like, just be warned. But like, just the set design and everything for this movie is really cool. Like, it truly does seem like you're watching a fairy tale. And just to think that this was made, like, in 1946, like, I don't know. One of those things where it's like you watch this and you're like, man, this is just rad. So, yeah, highly recommend this. The Beast, it's pretty iconic makeup. You can see his head right there. Very cat-like. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's a cool movie. Next up, what do we got? Number 10, Walkabout. It's about some kids that get left in the Australian outback, and they meet an Aborigine, and I haven't seen it, but it sounded really cool. I mean, a lot of these, or not a lot, but a fair amount of these I haven't seen. But I don't know. I think it's neat sounding. So, yeah, 1971. So, yeah. Next up, number 11, The Seventh Seal. This was Ingmar Bergman. It's got Max von Sydow. It's about a dude, like a knight, and he keeps meeting death. And so it's just about that. And it's really good. I've thought about getting like the Ingmar Bergman box set that Criterion put out. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because it's just like physically really big. And it's expensive, so it's just like, I'd wait for a sale, and then every time a sale rolls around, I'm like, I could get that, or I could buy like a bunch of other random movies. So I don't know. The other random movies keep winning out, but yeah, this movie's really cool. It's definitely slower paced, and you kind of have to pay attention. Like, you can't like zone out and be like, "Well, I'm gonna put on the Seventh Seal." But it's cool. I dug it. and the way death is portrayed in it is really cool. And yeah, I don't know, it's good. Then we got number 13, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, this movie's great. Anthony Hopkins, um, Jodie, uh, Jodie Foster. I'm an idiot. I forget things. It's fine. I know who Jodie Foster is. Um, but yeah, I mean, crime thriller. It's Silence of the Lambs. I feel like you know what Silence of the Lambs is. Buffalo Bill, Goodbye Horses, got the dancing, got the opening up of the robe. You know, puts the lotion on skin. Yeah, yeah. Everybody knows Silence of the Lambs, and if you don't, like, come on, go watch that. Then we got number 17. Oh, it's Solo. So I'm just gonna say, movie's a little rough. It's not for everybody. I came close to turning it off a couple of times. It's one of those movies where it's definitely saying something, but I'm too much of a moron to know exactly what it's saying, but it's definitely saying something. And I don't know. I liked it, but it's one of those movies where I don't know if I'm going to watch it again, because it was a little a little extreme. And I've seen a Serbian film, and somehow I would rather watch a Serbian film than that. So that's fun. Then we got number 20, Sid and Nancy. It's pretty good. Alex Cox directed it. He also did a movie called Walker. They get a lot of things wrong. Just on like the timeline of the Sex Pistols and stuff, there's a lot of things that aren't correct. And I think they like add a couple of people that weren't real or something. And yeah, I don't know. Like it's a fine movie. Gary Oldman like kills it as Sid Vicious, but it's also Gary Oldman. So I mean, what dude, would you expect anything less? But if you are a big Sex Pistols fan, just know that like, some of the details are wrong. But you know, it's not bad, and it's got a pretty good soundtrack. We got another Kurosawa movie, High and Low. This is number 24. He makes a lot of period piece movies, like a lot of like samurai movies and stuff like that. High and Low is not. This is like a straight up crime movie that takes place, I assume, in 1963 when the movie came out. This movie's great. Like, it's engaging. The plot moves really quick. It's 143 minutes, which may seem long, but like when everything's going, you don't really feel it. So yeah, if you're looking for like a crime movie, High and Low, awesome. It's about a dude whose son gets kidnapped, and it's trying to piece together who did it and getting the kid back and all that stuff. It's really cool. And I'm like totally selling these movies short. Like I'm not like a film scholar, but yeah, it's great. Next up, we got 34, Andrei Rublev. I haven't seen this. Excuse me. The only Tarkovsky movie I've seen is Stalker. But I did like Stalker, so I figured I'd buy some of his other movies and check them out, and I just haven't gotten around to this yet. But the cover is very cool. And it's a long movie. It's like 3 hours. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to check it out at some point. Then we got number 36, The Wages of Fear. This is a French movie from 1953. It's about I think America remade it in like the 70s as a movie called Sorcerer. Basically, this is about some people that are transporting shipments of nitroglycerin, and they have to go over like a mountain pass, and so if their truck shakes too much, it blows up. And it's really tense, and it's got like way more of a nihilistic bent than I expected. Um, and it's really good. Another movie that's like 2+ hours, and I was like engaged the entire time. So yeah, Wages of Fear, definitely something to check out. Then we got number 38, Branded to Kill. This is a Japanese movie from 1967 about an assassin. It's pretty cool. It's really stylish. I've heard his other movie, Tokyo Drifter, is also very, very stylish. But yeah, I don't know. I liked this, but it wasn't my favorite. But like, I didn't hate it. Like, it's like a solid movie, but it just like wasn't like as crazy as I expected it to be, I guess. But very good still. All right. Then we got 45, Taste of Cherry. I haven't seen this. It is an Iranian movie, I believe. Um, I've heard that this movie is incredible. It's about a guy that's basically like wants to kill himself, and I think he like meets up with some people, and they like basically, I don't know, talk him out of it. Like it's like, I don't know. It seems like one of those movies where like after you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh man, life is dope. So I am excited to watch this. This director also did a movie called Close Up, which I've heard is really, really good. So yeah, this came out in 1997. It's, I don't know. I've heard great things. I was very interested in it, which is why I picked it up. Then we got number 47, Insomnia, with my main man Stellan Skarsgård. This was also remade as a movie called Insomnia. Shocker. I think, oh, what's his name? Al Pacino, that little known actor. I think he's in the remake. This is just about like a murder and solving a murder, and Stellan Skarsgård's in it, and he's, having trouble sleeping. But no, it's very good. I liked this too. Kind of like, if you like, I mean, obviously crime dramas, but like this is more in the vein of like, maybe Girl with the Dragon Tattoo versus like High and Low. I mean, it's like a murder mystery movie. Came out in 97 as well. I could honestly see like David Fincher being a fan of this. So, yeah, really cool movie. Then we got 51, Brazil. This is directed by Terry Gilliam. It's very cool. Like the set design and stuff in this movie is just kind of insane. Like it's one of those movies where I could see it stressing people out, but like I really enjoyed it. And it's just about like it takes place in like it's sort of dystopian, but it's like dystopian in the sense of like everything is full of red tape. Like it's like, oh, if you want to, get your toilet fixed in your apartment, you have to like fill out 9 forms and also fill them out in triplicate, and it's just like that kind of a dystopia where like your brain would just melt if you live there. And it's just about a dude that wants to follow his dream. And it's great. It came out in 85. It's highly recommend it. Then we got 52 and 53, because I got the box set. It's Yojimbo and Sanjuro, also Akira Kurosawa movies. These are great. These were the inspiration for Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More. The main character is he's just a cool wandering samurai fella. And these movies are great. I believe Sanjuro is the one where a dude gets like slashed with a sword and a fountain of blood comes out of him. It's rad. These came out in 1961 and 1962. They're not super long, especially for Kurosawa movies. Yojimbo's 110 minutes and Sanjuro's 96. So it's like, you know, I feel like these would be like good introductions. If you want to watch a samurai movie that he made, I feel like this would be a good introduction, and also High and Low would be another good like starting point, I guess. Like for me, the first one that I ever saw was Seven Samurai, but you know. Then we got number 70, Last Temptation of Christ, Martin Scorsese. Got Willem Dafoe as Jesus, and I haven't seen this. I'm definitely interested in seeing it. I like Scorsese movies, and I don't know, I don't care so much about the religious stuff, even though this is a like full-on religious movie, so I guess I should care a little bit, or at least be interested. But I mean, I like Willem Dafoe, and I don't know, I'm very interested in this, so I might do like an update after I watch it. Then we got number 84, Good Morning. This movie is great. It's very wholesome. It's literally just about two little kids on the cover here, and they want to get a TV. And it's a Japanese movie, and it makes you feel happy inside. That's it. Like, this is a great palate cleanser for, like, if you watched Solo, maybe follow it up with Good Morning. Hey, you won't remember all the things that happened in that movie, because you'll just be thinking about the kids that want a TV, and that's great. Next up, we got number 90, Kwaidan, Japanese horror flick. It's like told in vignettes. It's like, I think 3 or 4 different stories. Really cool. It's in color. It's just got like wild looking sets and stuff. I know Guillermo del Toro is a big fan of this movie, and yeah, it's cool, full of folklore, all that kind of stuff. Ghosts, good for this time of year. Speaking of movies that are good for this time of year, we got number 91, The Blob, with Steve McQueen playing the least convincing high school student ever. Probably ever. Like, I didn't buy this guy being a high school student ever, but like even for an instant. Maybe a teacher, but definitely not a student. This movie's about a blob. It comes to Earth, and it does blob things, and it eats people, and it grows and grows and eats more people, and it's great. And the remake that is, I have the Scream Factory version of, probably one of the best horror remakes ever. The Blob from the 80s is amazing. This is also really fun. I just like how the Blob looks. All right, then we got number 97, Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee. This is a thick boy. I think it's got a big book in here. This is just a good movie. It's got, like, John Turturro in it. Giancarlo Esposito is in it. Yeah, I mean, came out in 89. It's like 2 hours long. Just about, like, I don't know, how racism sucks. So, unfortunately, it's still relevant because people can't seem to get their heads out of their butts and realize that, hey, people are people. We shouldn't be crappy to each other. So, do the right thing. Hey, yeah, this movie's great. Cool soundtrack, too. Next up, we got number 100, Beastie Boys. It's just an anthology of Beastie Boys music videos. I really like them. And they have really cool music videos. So literally that's all this is. It's just all of their music videos. And I think maybe some live performances. No, I think it's just their videos. But yeah, I don't know. It's on DVD. I don't think they ever released a Blu-ray of that one. All right, next up, we got number 108. It's another DVD. It's the Nick Cage classic, The Rock. Because Michael Bay has 2 movies in the Criterion collection, and this is one of them. He also has Armageddon, which I own, but I don't have the case for it because I run out of room for my movies, so I tend to deglove them, as I call it. So I'll take the disc out and I'll throw it in a movie binder. So I think Armageddon met that fate before I decided, like, hey, I should probably, like, collect Criterions. But yeah, it's The Rock, Nick Cage, Sean Connery, Tony Todd. It's a fun action movie. I like it. All right. Next up, I got to move this other pile closer to me. All right, we got 115, Rafifi. This is a French movie about a heist, and they can't make any noise when they're stealing the thing. So, pretty cool, very tense. Got a great heist scene. Definitely recommend it. We got 116, another Akira Kurosawa movie, Hidden Fortress. This was a huge inspiration on Star Wars, like A New Hope, like the original Star Wars. This was a big inspiration on it. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I will, but it's good, apparently. I mean, I don't know. It's a Kurosawa movie. It's gonna be good. All right. Then we got 138, another Kurosawa movie, Rashomon. This movie's really cool. It's really interesting. It's told, it's like, I think 5 stories, and they're all about the same event, but they're told by different people, and so you just see how their version of things is different. And so it's like, it's kind of about how, like, you know, you don't know what the real version of the event is. You just see, like, how other people see it. It's cool. It's really good, and it's beautifully shot. I don't know. I dig the way it looks. Then we have 141. Children of Paradise. I have not seen this. This is a Criterion that my wife picked up. I know it's French, and I know it's real long. It's 190 minutes from 1945. But it sounds interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can do an update if I ever do. Then we got 146. The Cranes Are Flying. This is a Russian drama. I've seen probably half of this, like the last half, because I watched it as my wife was watching it, and it seemed like a real bummer because it's a World War II movie. And I don't know, I liked it when I saw of it. Then we got 155, Tokyo Olympiad. I don't know how to speak. This is just a documentary about the Olympics in 1964. They were in Japan, and I'm not a huge sports guy, but I think, like, I find, like, sports documentaries and stuff engaging because it's just kind of cool to see people, like, try really hard to do stuff. Or, like, I like watching people that are, like, good at things do things, you know? Like, sometimes I watch Twitch streams of, like, comic book artists, like, drawing, and you're like, oh, cool, you drew Wolverine in, like, 9 minutes, and it's a better picture of him than anything I could ever draw in my entire life. Isn't that fun? Next up, we got 157, The Royal Tenenbaums. This is a Wes Anderson movie. Got a pretty stacked cast. Like, seriously, it is very stacked. This is probably my favorite Wes Anderson movie. Probably. I kind of switch, but this is up there. I ignore sounds off camera. Everything's okay. Yeah, this is definitely up there if it isn't my favorite. This might be my favorite. I just dig the vibe of this movie. All right. Then we got 164, Solaris, another Tarkovsky movie. I haven't seen it. I know it's a sci-fi movie. I've heard it's sort of similar to like 2001: A Space Odyssey, so that's interesting. So yeah, I will get around to it. Then we got 175, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, another Terry Gilliam movie, or Terry Gilliam. Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro, uh, just a bunch of random people. Tobey Maguire, he has a bad time in this. Um, yeah, this is just a wild movie about Hunter S. Thompson, or it's based on a story that he wrote. Just cool effects and stuff. I don't know. I dig this movie. It's nuts, but it's cool. Then we got 190, Throne of Blood, another Kurosawa movie. This is if Macbeth were a samurai movie. That's literally it. So if you like Shakespeare and you like samurai, hey. Or if you just like samurai, hey. Or if you like Kurosawa, really just check it out. Then we got 201. I have not seen this movie. It's Umberto D, another one of my wife's. I've heard bummer is what I've heard. And based off the cover, either something bad's happening to the old man or the dog. And I'm terrified. Then we got 218, Le Cercle Rouge. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. That was an offensive, horrible impression. This is like a French crime movie. I've heard it's rad. I haven't seen it. I got the 4K, so hey, I know it'll look good. Then we got 220, Naked Lunch, a David Cronenberg movie. Peter Weller's in it. I've heard it's insane. I haven't seen it, nor have I read the book. So I really don't know anything about this, but I'm a big Cronenberg fan, so I was just like, I picked it up. So yeah, I don't know. Then we get 221, another Kurosawa movie, Ikiru. I'm not positive. I've heard this movie's great. I haven't seen it. It seems like kind of a bummer. I know it's about a guy that like basically finds out that he's dying, so he wants to make a park. And so it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be another like bummer that makes you appreciate life type movie, which is good. I like those. I like, I don't know. Just I enjoy movies that make me feel things and enjoy being alive. I don't know. Then we got 226, Onibaba, another Japanese movie. I haven't seen this either, but I've heard that it rules, so I'm excited to check it out. But it's kind of a horror movie, and so it's right up my alley. I'm a big horror person. If you couldn't tell from the fact that the first two videos I did were about Scream Factory and Arrow Video. Then we got 248. It's a Videodrome. It's a Cronenberg movie. James Woods is in it. Debbie Harry's in it. It says a lot about the influence of like television and the media and all that stuff. And it's very interesting. I dig it. There's a lot of fun body horror stuff in this, which is kind of par for the course with Cronenberg. Then we got 249, The Battle of Algiers. This movie was really good. It was really interesting. I don't know a whole lot about like that part of the world and like the conflicts and stuff that went on there. But this is like, it's a fictional movie based on real events, but like it's almost shot like a documentary and everything just feels very real. And you see like multiple sides of like the conflict and everything, and they do a really good job of kind of like showing the good and bad from all sides. And I thought it was great, honestly. So if you haven't seen this, that's a recommendation for sure. Then we got 261, the gigantic version of Fanny and Alexander. Like, this has just, yeah, it's the television version, the theatrical version, and then a making of, which is also a couple of discs. I know the television version is 5 hours long, which is wild. It's another Ingmar Bergman movie. I've heard it's incredible. I have not seen it yet. I will get to it. Like I said, I have a big stack of things that I want to watch, and this is definitely on there. So yeah, I've heard nothing but incredible things, and I want to watch more Bergman stuff. Then we have 265, Shortcuts. This is a Robert Altman movie, and it's got like an insane cast. Like Robert Downey Jr.'s in it, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tim Robbins, just tons of people in there. And I think it's kind of just like a weird slice of life movie. Tom Waits is in this too, I believe. Yeah, Tom Waits. Anything Tom Waits is in is good. So that's really all you need to know. Tom Waits is in it, watch it. Then we got 267, Kagemusha, another Kurosawa movie. This one came out in 1980, so I mean, the dude made movies from like, I think the late 30s, early 40s, up through the 80s, if not later. He might have gone later than that. Another samurai movie. This one's in color. And yeah, it's Kurosawa. Check it out. If you're at all interested, just go for it. Then we have 269, Fighting Elegy. I believe this was directed by the same person that did Branded to Kill and Tokyo Drifter. It sounded kind of interesting. I haven't seen it. I can't say much about it because, I don't know. I found it at Half Price Books, so. And it sounded interesting enough. Then we got 277, Gus Van Sant's My Own Private Idaho, Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix. Takes place in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, just pretty good. Then we got 280, The Sword of Doom, another samurai movie. I know this has like some pretty crazy action and stuff in it. The cover is very cool. I just dig like that kind of monochrome style on it and stuff. And yeah, I think it's just like a very like intense bummer samurai movie. So yeah. And then last but not least, for that first shelf, we have number 300, The Life Aquatic. Another Wes Anderson movie with a pretty good cast. I think this is the first movie that he worked with Jeff Goldblum on. I don't know why I specifically pointed that out. But yeah, I really dug this movie. I don't really know what the consensus is of it, but I think this movie's really good. This was my favorite Wes Anderson movie for a while. And then I gave Royal Tenenbaums a rewatch and was like, I like that one more. But this has really cool music. I know Mark Mothersbaugh did the music for this, who was also in Devo, and he does like a bunch of other like composer stuff. Like he does the music for a lot of movies. So, yeah, that's it for that first shelf. And this is a half-hour long video. So if I kept going and did all the shelves, this would be a 2-hour video. So, because yeah, I got more and box sets. So yeah, so that's it for this one. Hope you dug it. I will be back putting out another one. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a good day. Hey, oh, and I have a podcast, Face Your Fears with Jordan Spears. So if you want to hear me talk about horror movies, that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's my pitch. So, yeah, I don't know. Hey.